Hi guys, uh, in today's class I'll walk you through the timer jobs in SharePoint. We'll see what exactly is a timer job, how is it helpful in SharePoint, and I'll walk you through the definition, and we'll try to deploy a sample example on how timer job works. Okay, so first of all, coming to timer jobs, these are the background processes that are run by SharePoint, nothing but similar to our Windows task scheduler. So if you want to trigger some alerts, emails, notifications at certain point of time, then we do schedule a task in the Windows task scheduler based on daily, hourly, minutely. Similarly, these are nothing but the jobs, timer job, it's a background process. Is a background process that are run by SharePoint. Okay, similar to your Windows task scheduler, similar to Windows. Every operating system, Windows also has a task scheduler, right? So the timer jobs run based on the schedule. Timer jobs run based on the schedule. So you can run it minutely, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, etc. So you have different kinds of options on how to schedule this job. So when is this useful? So if you want to send a notification to your manager, or if you want to create records on a regular timestamp, then we go for timer jobs in SharePoint. Okay, so let me walk you through in SharePoint how it looks. So this is a central admin. If you want to look at the timer jobs, you will find it under monitoring. So this comes under monitoring, where you can monitor the status of records. So here you have a timer jobs. There are plenty of out of the box timer jobs which runs based on the schedule. You can see here, so you can select based on the web application as well. If you want to select, okay, this is my web application, some sample. So all these are the timer jobs particular to a web application. You can see plenty of jobs. Okay, if you have user profile, service workflows, all these are the timer jobs which are run based on the schedule. Let's say if you want to see a recycle bin, okay, this is set to run on a weekly basis. So every week it starts at Sunday 12 AM, stops at no later than 12 AM. Okay, so these are based on the task. And if you want to see the current running jobs, you can click on this. You can see, okay, no job is running. Let me select all. Okay, and if you want to see the history of the jobs, whether it has been succeeded or failed, you can click on that to keep track of the status. view job definition. If you want to check the job history, just click on it. You can see all the status of the jobs. So here you can see the status of the jobs, whether it has been succeeded or failed, at what timestamp it has run, how long it has run. So we can check all this. So where to enable this feature? So it's a web application feature. The scope for timer jobs is always set to web application, where you can turn on and turn off. So if I want to enable my timer job, go to the central admin, under application management, click on manage web applications. Now select some web application where you want to enable that feature. So by default the timer job will be deactivated. We need to turn it on. The reason behind that is, if it is automatically turned on, then it will run as a process in the background without any human intervention or without our notice. So we need to be a little bit cautious, because this might impact the performance of the Sharepoint. Okay. So we have plenty of other timer jobs as well. You can see check job status. So if you want to see plenty of out of the box timer jobs for user profiles or search, you can find all these are listed and they run in a regular intervals. They run in a regular intervals. You can see the times. Let me go back. Let me review all the definitions. If I have to show you user profiles, navigate to a different page. So here if you see, we have plenty of user profile jobs which keeps track of loading all the users to the Sharepoint. So we have different schedulers like daily, minutely, hourly, okay, which keeps on upgrading, synchronizing users profile to Sharepoint, full synchronization. Okay, every hourly they keep on adding, checking users against the Active Directory. So what are we going to learn in this session? So in this session our requirement is, let us create a timer job, create a custom timer job, that will run automatically after every 5 minutes and adds a record to the tasks, because I want to see whom the item is assigned to. Okay, for this to happen, let us follow the process, see how it works. Okay, create a custom timer job that will run automatically after every 5 minutes and add a record to the task list. Okay, for this let us try to create our Sharepoint site, see how it works. So let me create a site collection. Okay, let me select some 2350 for timer job, some test site, dev site. We already have a dev site, I believe. Dev. I can select any of the team site, input the owner of the site, click on OK. This will take a minute or two. So our site is created. Let me open that in a separate tab. So we have our site. So what our requirement is, we want to create a custom timer job that runs automatically every 5 minutes and adds a record to the task list. So here I want to check whether I have a task list or not. If not, let me create that. Okay, I don't have a task list. Let me create a task list. To create a task list, go to site actions, add an app, we have a task list. Otherwise you can, these are popular, noteworthy. Otherwise you can select this task. You already have a task list here, a template. Select this, click on task, create. Okay, so now you have a blank task list. You have a blank task list. Let us see how to create a task and assign it to a user through our timer job. Okay, for that to happen, let me launch Visual Studio, start on programs. As a best practice, always right click, run as admin. file, new menu, new project, so select C# as the language, expand Office SharePoint, select solutions, select empty project as the template. This is the best template to start off any projects. File, new project, leave it as a timer job demo, timer job demo. Select wherever you want to save your code, timer job demo. As always, I prefer to select empty project, which will give us an opportunity to add different modules or templates. Click on OK. Always select deploy as a form solutions and select the site where you want to deploy this. Always click on validate to make sure that the connection is successful. Okay, the Visual Studio can listen to the site, deploys the form solution, click on finish. Okay, so this is your empty project with properties, assembly file, references, that's it. So we don't have anything. Now at this moment, let me add the class within the Solution Explorer. Right click on the project, add new item, select Visual C# code, select class as a template, give it a meaningful name, timer job dot I can give the same name as per the solution, timer job demo dot cs file. Okay, so first thing what is that you need to do is you need to derive this timer job demo class using the SP job definition. For that, inherit from SP job definition. You are not getting SP job definition, then you need to add the namespace using Microsoft dot Sharepoint. Now let us see whether it inherits from SP job definition. So as it is a admin level feature, we need to add the SharePoint dot administration as well. Microsoft dot SharePoint dot admin. So timer job works on the web application which comes under the form admin level setting. So we need to add it. SP job definition. Make sure the class is public because we want to use it in some other location. Public class timer job demo, which is deriving from SP job definition class to work with the timer job. Okay, Now let us try to create couple of base classes as a constructors. You need to create couple of constructors which can be useful for the timer job. Public class, sorry, public timer job demo, same class, it's a constructors, one with empty which is coming from base, okay. Next one, we need to create one more constructor. By passing parameters. Timer job demo. Let me create couple of string variables and a web application. Web application, you can give any name, web app. Inheriting from the base class by passing the variables. Then you can pass job name, comma, here it's asking SP service, or you can directly say web app, string name SP service, web application, comma, SP server. Server, as we don't know, we can pass it as null. Then job log type, SP job log type is very important. And how do you want to schedule the job? You have three types of properties: content database, which logs the content database for processing, or job which runs only on one of the server. Initializes new sentence. Content database, you can see job logs the job to prevent it from running on more than one machine. In real time scenarios, if you want to run it, if you don't want to run the timer job on multiple web front ends, then job is the best thing. Otherwise you can directly go for content database. Okay, then here we can simply specify this dot timer job. Then we can simply write the title of the timer job, this dot title, pass it as a string, or you can say timer job. Now one thing that you need to write is, we need to write a method overriding with execute. That's where your Sharepoint timer job works. Public override void, which doesn't return void, execute. This is important, you have to choose this. Okay, so you have this one execute method. Execute method will execute the actual code. So what I wanted to do, first I wanted to make a connection to the web application. For that we have SP web application, which sits under the namespace Microsoft.SharePoint.administration. SP web application, let me create an object is equals to, as we can't get the SP context, but we still have this page being rendered, this dot parent as SP web application. Okay, now once I created this web object for web application, I can directly go to SP list. SP list, you can say task list or whatever, task list is equals to, through your web application you can go to that particular list dot your sites of 0 web application, sites of zero dot root web dot list of your task, your list name. Then we can say sp list item is the class where you can update your item in the list. Okay, list item is equals to task list dot items dot add. This will add your entry. Now what is the title that you want to update for this li list item of whatever the column that you have? The default column in a list, in any list, is title. Title is equals to timer job runs at plus date time dot now dot now dot toString. So this will automatically create this record in the task list. So job runs at so and so time. Otherwise you can give anything. You can give test item, so this will create our time. This will execute this code. I can show you how to debug this as well. Okay, we wanted to see what's the index of the site collection. View all site collection 0 1 2. So this is our site collection. The index of our site is 2. So let me select here it as 2. Let's see how it works. We can always keep a breakpoint. Okay, we can always keep a breakpoint here. Next thing what we need to do now, within the solution explorer we need to add it as a feature. Right click and add a feature for us to register this timer job in the SharePoint context. So this will create a feature for you. Double click on the feature and set the scope immediately to web application, because timer job works only on this context, not in any other context. Timer job, demo timer job feature 1, set the scope, save it. Now on this, press F4 on the feature 1 dot, press F4. Set properties, go to properties, see here we have activate on default. Activate on default equals to false. Set it as false. So the timer job should not be activated by default. We need to activate it. Okay, make sure that we save this. Save this. Now on the feature we want to get a code behind. This will generate a feature receiver. On the feature, click on add event receiver add event receiver, this will generate a code file. Event receivers generally they will not have event receivers, they will not have a design file, they will have only this particular page. Okay, now using this code we can write our own code on how to trigger this timer job and how it works. Okay, event receivers generally event receivers, what are these event receivers? If you want, which handles, these are nothing but handles an event at the runtime, similar to our .NET ASP event handler, similar to .NET event handlers. .NET event handlers. And the best part, we have two types of event receivers. We have two types of event receivers. One is synchronous asynchronous. So what is this synchronous, what is this asynchronous? We'll see. Handles an event, before an action occurs, before an action takes place. Generally these kind of events ends with ing. These kind of events ends with ing. For example, here in our case we have feature deactivating, item adding, updating, deleting. So all